My beloved child, listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you is not a simple story. A storm of truth has erupted around your name, and the people you trusted are no longer silent. Tonight, shadows are whispering, and the walls themselves seem to know what was revealed about you. The air is heavy with betrayal, because the person you once called a close friend has stepped out from behind the curtain. Their lips have spilled secrets that were never meant to be spoken. What they revealed was not just small talk, but a dagger sharpened to pierce your reputation. The moment their words echoed, silence filled the room before it shattered into chaos. Everyone who heard felt their hearts sink, their faces changed, their voices trembled. They eroded under the weight of revelation, leaving you standing in the center of a collapsing circle. This was not an accident, nor was it a slip of the tongue. It was calculated, premeditated, and waiting for the perfect moment to detonate. And now, the truth they have released is traveling like fire, faster than you can breathe. Type Amen 333 to receive your shield of blessing. The whispers began to spread beyond just those present. Like smoke escaping through cracks, the story of your character drifted into ears that were never meant to know. People who once smiled at you now exchange silent glances, carrying the weight of what they have been told. This is the kind of exposure that does not stay hidden in corners. It moves into circles of influence, into places where respect is currency. With each retelling, the edge of the story sharpens, until it cuts deeper than the truth itself. You may think silence could protect you, but silence only adds mystery, and mystery feeds suspicion. The friend who revealed this did not stop with words, they carried intention. Their purpose was to see the erosion of your image, until nothing recognizable remains. And as the crowd dissolves into whispers, there is one thing you must know. What they exposed has more power over those who listen than over the one it was said about. Because while your truth remains yours, their betrayal marks them forever. Type Amen 444 if you believe protection is yours. The betrayal of a close friend feels heavier than the strike of an enemy. Because an enemy attacks you openly, but a friend chooses the moment when you are unguarded. This is why the words spoken about your character cut so deeply, they carried the scent of familiarity and trust. As the crowd absorbed the revelation, faces began to change one after another. Some were shocked, some were curious, and some were waiting for this moment to confirm what they secretly doubted. Their silence was more dangerous than their words, for silence holds judgment without mercy. The room itself felt hostile, the air filled with unspoken questions. Every eye turned toward you, weighing your worth, measuring the truth of what was revealed. The close friend who betrayed you stood back, watching the destruction unfold as if it was entertainment. In moments like this, even your heartbeat feels like it is too loud. You wonder who still stands with you, and who is already stepping away. Trust evaporates, and the crowd erodes, leaving you surrounded but utterly alone. Type Amen 555 to call down your blessing. But my beloved child, understand this, exposure is not always destruction. Sometimes, it is the fire that removes what no longer serves your destiny. While others erode in fear of what was spoken, you rise because truth, no matter how distorted, cannot steal what heaven has already written for you. The betrayal has pulled away a mask, and now you can see who truly belongs by your side. Those who run at the sound of rumors were never meant to walk the path of your victory. And those who stay, even after the storm, are the ones heaven has planted for your journey. Your friend believed they weakened you by tearing at your image. What they did not realize is that heaven uses exposure to purify, to elevate, and to show you the hidden faces around you. They opened their mouth to destroy you, but in truth, they revealed themselves instead. Still, the echoes of their words will travel far, carried by the weak who crave gossip. The test is not in their betrayal, but in your endurance. The crown is waiting on the other side of this erosion, and only those who survive the storm can wear it. Type Amen 666 if you know victory is still yours. The night grew heavier as whispers turned into louder conversations. People who once greeted you with warmth now hesitate, questioning the foundation of their respect. You can feel the shift in their energy, like walls closing in tighter with every passing second. Your close friend's betrayal has become a stage play, with the audience clinging to every word. But what they do not see is the hand of destiny still moving pieces behind the curtain. Even as they erode in doubt, heaven is writing a script much larger than their gossip. Archangel Michael says this is not the end, but the unveiling. He has seen how shadows moved around your name, and how trust was shattered in places you least expected. He whispers that the betrayal you feel today is a path clearing for tomorrow's miracle. Though your reputation feels like it is under attack, you must know that your character is not defined by their words. Your true essence cannot be stained by rumors, it can only shine brighter when tested. What eroded tonight will be rebuilt with foundations that cannot be broken. Type Amen 777 to seal your destiny with light. The betrayal traveled like smoke in the wind, unstoppable, reaching people who were never meant to know your story. Each retelling twisted the truth a little more, reshaping your image into something you no longer recognized. The erosion was not just of trust, but of the very ground you stood on. Yet, even as their voices rose, an unseen strength surrounded you. The heavens did not abandon you in this hour of exposure. Instead, they allowed the darkness to reveal itself, so you would know exactly who your real enemies are. Every word spoken against you is like a mirror turned back on the one who released it. Their intent was to bury you, but their words only uncovered the poison in their own soul. The crowd may erode in doubt, but the truth will always find a way to rise. Your character was never defined by fragile mouths. It was written in your actions, in your silent sacrifices, and in the scars only heaven saw. This is why, even when they rise against you, they cannot erase the story heaven has already written. Type Amen 888 for restoration of strength. The close friend who betrayed you will come to regret their own words. For betrayal does not end in satisfaction, it ends in loneliness and shame. What they have exposed about you will become the weight that exposes them instead. You must remember, my beloved child, betrayal often comes before breakthrough. The erosion of false friendships clears the path for divine alignments. Heaven cannot place the crown on your head while you are surrounded by snakes. So let the snakes reveal themselves, let their venom spill into the open. For the very act of betrayal is also the act of exposure, they cannot hide behind masks anymore. And once exposed, they lose their power over your life forever. The crowd may believe the lies for a season, but seasons do not last forever. When the tide turns, the same mouths that doubted you will have to speak your truth. And those who eroded today will beg for your presence tomorrow. Type Amen 999 to walk in divine justice. The night of exposure will not be forgotten. People may try to erase their reactions, but memories cling to the soul. Each face that eroded in doubt has already revealed where their loyalty truly lies. This is painful, but it is also a gift. For you now see the hidden lines that separated the true from the false. No mask can survive in the fire of betrayal, and tonight you saw everyone's true face. Archangel Michael says your path is being cleared, even if it feels like destruction. He has torn down the walls of illusion so you can walk into your destiny unblind. This exposure is not your ending, it is your beginning. Even as you stand wounded, there is a crown waiting for you. For every false friend removed, a true ally will be placed in your life. The erosion of their loyalty has created space for divine replacements. Type Amen 111 if you believe something greater is coming. The night turned colder, even though no wind touched the air. It was the chill of betrayal, the heaviness of knowing that your name was dragged where it never belonged. And as the whispers multiplied, you felt the weight of every eye pressing against you. Those who once celebrated your victories were now silent, watching as your character was pulled apart. Their silence was not innocent, it was agreement, it was judgment without trial. And in that moment, you knew the world had shifted against you. The friend who once walked beside you had now chosen to stand in the shadows. They waited for the perfect moment to release words that would echo louder than your truth. And with each echo, your circle of trust grew smaller. But what they did not know was that betrayal carries its own curse. When you expose another to bring them down, you dig a pit for yourself. Their words may have caused erosion around you, but their own foundation has begun to crack. Type Amen 222 to receive divine protection. The sound of betrayal does not vanish easily. It lingers, like a scar in the soul, reminding you of what was lost. Every step forward feels heavier when you know someone you loved chose to wound you. But, my beloved child, the heavens never allow betrayal without purpose. What you see as destruction is often preparation. The removal of false people is the opening of doors for destiny. So even as your name is carried from mouth to mouth, trust that the unseen hand is guiding you. They may erode in doubt, but heaven has already written a chapter they cannot erase. The fall of their loyalty is the rise of your strength. For every whisper spoken in darkness, there is a louder voice of truth waiting to break through. And when it does, those who doubted you will tremble at the revelation. They will realize that no betrayal can stop a chosen soul. Type Amen 333 to claim your blessing now. The faces in the room blurred together, yet each one carried a story. Some were afraid to meet your eyes, others pretended not to care, and a few smiled at your pain. It was in this silence that the true nature of hearts was revealed. Your betrayer believed they had won, because the crowd listened. But a crowd without truth is nothing but noise. And noise always fades when the truth begins to thunder. Archangel Michael says this exposure was allowed so you could see who truly walks beside you. He whispers that betrayal is the key that unlocks hidden doors. Without this wound, you would still be walking with snakes disguised as friends. What felt like the erosion of your life is, in fact, the cleansing of your path. The weak have fallen away, leaving space for the strong to rise beside you. And those who remain are the ones destiny has assigned to you. Type Amen 444 if you are ready for your path to be purified. The whispers have now turned into heavy discussions behind closed doors. People are dissecting every detail, adding their own poison to the story. What began as one betrayal has multiplied into countless versions of the same wound. But the more they twist, the more their own intentions become clear. They are not searching for truth, they are searching for entertainment. And in their hunger for drama, they are revealing who they truly are. The betrayer thought they were clever, thought they had stolen your dignity. Yet every person who repeats their words is actually spreading the proof of their own disloyalty. The betrayal may have started with one, but it exposed the weakness of many. You may feel surrounded by erosion, but remember, eroded soil is also the place where new seeds are planted. From this broken ground, something stronger is preparing to rise. What you lost in loyalty, you will gain in destiny. Type Amen 555 if you believe your destiny is greater than betrayal. The silence after betrayal is the loudest sound of all. It forces you to face truths you tried to ignore. It shows you the difference between those who stand for you and those who stand only when it benefits them. But my beloved child, do not mistake exposure for defeat. Exposure is light, and light always burns away what is false. This moment was painful, but it was also necessary. Your name may be trembling on lips right now, but heaven knows your true story. And soon, the same crowd that judged you will have to watch as heaven restores you. What eroded in the dark will be rebuilt in the light. The betrayer cannot escape their own actions. Their words will circle back to them, and the crowd they tried to turn against you will eventually turn against them. Every betrayal carries its own punishment. Type Amen 666 to seal your victory in heaven's book. Archangel Michael says you were chosen to walk through this fire. He saw the tears, the isolation, the heartbreak of knowing a close friend became an enemy. But he also saw the strength you would gain once the mask was removed. This betrayal has opened your eyes. You now see the fragile nature of human loyalty. And in this awareness, you gain a power that no rumor can steal. Those who eroded away were never strong enough to walk with you. They were seasonal companions, not eternal ones. Their exit has created the silence needed for new voices to rise in your life. The one who betrayed you thought they ended your story. But they only cleared the stage for your greater performance. And soon, everyone will witness the difference between gossip and truth. Type Amen 777 if you know truth will defend you. The erosion has spread, but do not fear its reach. Each person who turned away has only freed you from false attachments. The weight of their absence will become the wings of your rise. Your betrayer cannot hide behind smiles anymore. Their mask has fallen, and the poison of their heart is now visible to all. Slowly, others will see them for who they truly are. This betrayal is not the end of your reputation, it is the beginning of your revelation. The same mouths that mocked you will soon speak of your resilience. And when your story turns, their silence will be deafening. My beloved child, take this moment as proof that heaven never abandons its chosen ones. Even when you are surrounded by whispers, you are still being lifted by unseen hands. The erosion will become elevation. Type Amen 888 to rise above every false word. The weight of betrayal lingers long after the words are spoken. It hangs in the air, an invisible chain pulling at your spirit. Even when you try to breathe, the memory of their voice claws at your chest. But what they meant for destruction is being turned into revelation. Heaven saw the secret plots, the late-night conversations, the fake smiles. Nothing that was hidden can remain covered forever. The crowd may have eroded that night, but heaven is still watching over you. Their judgment may have been swift, but divine judgment is eternal. And in that divine judgment, you are not abandoned. Your betrayer believed that exposing you was their victory. But exposure is a double-edged sword, and soon they will taste the bitterness of their own actions. Their lips have cursed themselves without even knowing it. Type Amen 999 to claim your reversal blessing. Your path may feel lonely now, stripped of the people you once trusted. But this loneliness is not emptiness, it is preparation. The space left behind will soon be filled with divine connections. The whispers against you are already losing their power. What is repeated without truth eventually collapses under its own weight. And those who believed lies will be forced to watch as truth unfolds. My beloved child, you were chosen for a story bigger than betrayal. That is why you could not be protected from it, you had to face it, to grow stronger, to become untouchable. Only through this fire can you be forged into gold. And those who eroded in the night of exposure will be the same ones to witness your rise. Their silence will turn into shock, their doubt into regret. They will see that betrayal could not bury you. Type Amen 111 to rise from the ashes. Archangel Michael says the sword of truth is in your favor. He has seen the erosion of false friendships and the sting of words meant to wound you. But he has also marked you for restoration beyond what you can imagine. Betrayal has shown you what hands can no longer hold your destiny. It has shown you what lips no longer deserve your secrets. And it has revealed what hearts were never loyal to begin with. You may feel broken, but broken pieces are easier to rebuild into something new. And this new structure of your life will be stronger than anything you've known before. For heaven always rebuilds with unshakable foundations. Your betrayer's voice will soon fall silent. Their lies will become chains around their own feet. And their shame will be louder than their exposure. Type Amen 222 if you believe restoration is already on its way. The storm of whispers is fading, though the scars remain. But scars are not signs of weakness, they are proof of survival. They show that you endured what others thought would destroy you. Those who eroded at the sound of lies were never truly yours. Their exit has only revealed the purity of the few who stayed. And those few will carry you further than the many ever could. The betrayer will watch as the same crowd they poisoned with words begins to turn against them. For truth has a way of rising, even when buried under shadows. And when it rises, it burns everything false to ash. My beloved child, the night may feel long, but dawn is already breaking. And when the light arrives, your story will shine brighter than before. The erosion of this moment is the beginning of your elevation. Type Amen 333 to welcome your new dawn. The night after betrayal is always the hardest. You lie awake replaying every memory, every conversation, wondering how someone you trusted could turn against you. Their words echo louder in silence than they ever did in the crowd. But heaven was listening that night too. Every whisper, every false smile, every cruel intention was recorded by the unseen. Nothing escapes divine ears, and nothing is forgotten. The friend who exposed you thought they had power, but they only revealed their weakness. They thought they destroyed your character, but in truth, they destroyed their own integrity. What they spoke against you has chained itself to their destiny. And the people who eroded when they heard it, remember, their erosion is not your loss, it is their test. They failed the test of loyalty, and now heaven knows exactly where they stand. Their silence and doubt revealed them more than words ever could. Type Amen 444 to stand firm in truth. My beloved child, betrayal is a fire you cannot avoid. It burns away illusions and reveals the reality of people's hearts. Without this fire, you would still believe in faces that did not deserve your trust. Now you see clearly who belongs in your future. The ones who left at the sound of gossip were never strong enough to stay. And those who remain. And soon, the same crowd that eroded in judgment will gather again to witness your rise. Their shock will be louder than their whispers. And your story will shine brighter because of the darkness you endured. Type Amen 555 if you believe the tables will turn. Archangel Michael says the enemy used betrayal to weaken you, but heaven is using it to strengthen you. He whispers that no word spoken against you will prosper. For every lie, there will be a louder truth revealed. The erosion of your reputation is not the end, it is the shaking before restoration. Every false friend has been removed so the path is clear. And now, the journey ahead is protected by unseen forces. You may feel broken, but you are not alone. Each tear has been counted, each sleepless night has been seen. And from this pain, a new strength will be born. Your betrayer cannot undo what they have done. Their own words will become the evidence against them. And their downfall will be tied to the very lies they spread. Type Amen 666 if you trust heaven's justice. The erosion continued in whispers for days. People carried your name like a fragile piece of glass, breaking it more with each retelling. Yet what they did not realize was that every break was creating space for your rebirth. Those who believed without asking for truth were never truly for you. Their eagerness to judge revealed their hidden envy. And their betrayal in silence is no less than the betrayal of words. But, my beloved child, you are not defined by their perception. You are defined by the destiny written for you, long before betrayal was ever planned. And no mouth can erase what heaven has written. The crowd may have eroded for a moment, but your rise will last a lifetime. And when it comes, no one will be able to deny it. This is the power of truth, it always wins in the end. Type Amen 777 to rise above every lie. The days after the exposure felt like walking through fire. Everywhere you turned, there were eyes filled with doubt. The betrayal had not just wounded your heart, it had painted a shadow over your name. But shadows cannot survive when light begins to rise. The more they whisper, the more heaven prepares your restoration. The truth is patient, and when it speaks louder than every rumor combined. Your close friend thought their words would end your influence. Instead, they became the reason you discovered who your real circle is. For it is in betrayal that loyalty reveals its true face. The erosion of people's faith in you is painful, yes, but it is also purification. Those who left were never yours. And those who stayed will prove stronger than steel. Type Amen 888 if you believe heaven is removing the false to give you the true. My beloved child, the betrayal was not meant to break you, it was meant to awaken you. For too long, you trusted eyes that watched you with envy. For too long, you shared secrets with ears that only waited to expose you. Now, heaven has allowed the mask to fall. The false friend revealed themselves not by accident, but by divine design. They were never meant to carry your name into the future. Your path is too heavy for weak shoulders. That is why betrayal came now, to clear your way. Without this storm, you would still be walking with hidden enemies. The erosion of trust is not the end of love in your life. Instead, it is the beginning of relationships built on truth. This is the cleansing before the blessing. Type Amen 999 if you are ready for new beginnings. The crowd that once celebrated you now speaks in hushed tones. They do not realize that by eroding in doubt, they have revealed their own weakness. Loyalty that breaks under pressure is no loyalty at all. Your betrayer thought exposure would humiliate you. But humiliation is temporary, while destiny is eternal. Their words cannot stop what was written long before their envy was born. Archangel Michael says heaven is watching every reaction, every silence, every betrayal. Nothing is unseen, and nothing will go unpunished. The scales of justice are already turning in your favor. The same crowd that turned away will soon be forced to watch your rise. And when that day comes, their regret will echo louder than their whispers did. They will see that betrayal cannot bury a chosen soul. Type Amen 111 if you believe your rise is unstoppable. Your betrayer walks with pride for now. They believe they have gained power by revealing your character. But pride always comes before the fall. The very mouths that celebrated their exposure will grow weary. Soon, they will realize the taste of betrayal is bitter, even when dressed as truth. And one by one, their support will fade. The erosion of your circle is not a loss, it is a transformation. What you lost in numbers, you will gain in strength. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger than before. My beloved child, you are walking into a new season. The betrayal was the final test before your elevation. And soon, everyone will see why you had to endure this pain. Type Amen 222 to step into your season of elevation.